Hi there, my name's Nick Dutch and I'm an experimental occultist, and I've been given a request. Basically it says, hey Nick, what are the advantages of activating your third eye? Have you done a video on this topic? I don't think I have, but the third eye is a weird thing because I used to try and do a lot of meditation on that part of the body, just basically between the eyes and upward a bit, so it's in the middle of your forehead, roughly speaking. And I used to do meditation where I would try and lift my sense of sight upward until I believed and I felt that I was looking out of my forehead, basically, which is, of course, a strange thing to do. Obviously, I did this in a reasonable level of deep meditation. I actually did this in the car one time when I was being driven around by my parents. It was a long, winding country road, not many cars coming down. But after a while, I played this little game with myself, and I tried to use that particular exercise and try to outguess the color of cars that were going to come my way. Was it going to be blue or green or grey or silver or whatever? And I was actually very successful in doing that. It was quite hard work to keep that, that state of mind bang on target, but and it would slip once in a while and I couldn't always keep it in place. But yeah, the third eye type thing appears to be important for remote viewing type exercises, distance perception, and possibly even time perception as well. So it's a curious thing to play around with. Obviously, if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that I carry on saying the same thing, namely, try and be skeptical of other people's claims, because I think that's important. Right, but if you see something written in a book that says you can do this with a third eye, be skeptical of it, but by all means play around with it in your meditation, because it might be, either good for you or useful, or you might get something positive out of it, or just another strange experience to add to, the whole collection that you're, getting together. But yeah, the third eye can be weird. I mean, chakras themselves can do strange things. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this a long time ago. When I wasn't very well, I tried doing meditation using a clear quartz. Actually, I've got one over here. And if my memory serves me correctly, this was probably the very same one I was using. Alright, it's quite beautiful, very clear, only a few little flaws on the inside of the crystal, which means it's actually quite a good quality one. Alright, and I rested this on the Orange Chakra. Now, the Orange Chakra is supposed to be 4 finger widths beneath your belly button. Alright, with a bit of practice, then you play about with this and you do meditation on spiritual healing energy. You work out basically precisely where it is on your personal anatomy, which I'm sure varies from person to person ever so slightly. And anyway, I lay it flat on that chakra. Now, the Orange Chakra itself is supposed to be to do with the distribution of energy throughout the body. That's one of its many functions. And after a while, I felt the healing energy and heat suddenly coming out of my hands and feet. And I hadn't had that experience before when laying on my bed doing meditation without the crystal there. It took about 15 minutes or so for the sensations to occur, but it did occur. And basically, wow, it was pretty amazing stuff. And yes, I've done all kinds of stuff using clear quartz on the third eye chakra. I'm not going to do that now for you, but never mind. It can provide some interesting sensations if you are a meditative person. Obviously, moonstone under your pillow in the dead of the night on sometimes, not always, but sometimes, can give you some amazing dreams. Alright? But one thing I would say is, don't use hard psychoactive drugs when you're doing chakra meditations. Because, I once knew this person and I told him how to do third eye chakra opening up as a result of middle pillow work and something very similar to Kundalini, and he turned around and said to his girlfriend afterwards, "Do you still love me now I've got 3 eyes?" Seriously, he believed quite clearly, just like I believe in inverted commas now that I'm sitting here and I'm talking to a camera, it's a real experience, that he had an extra eye which had suddenly appeared in the middle of his forehead. Don't take hard drugs when you're doing chakra exercises, because it can really, really, really fuck you up, basically. So be careful, have fun, play around, and keep cool and be safe.